welcome back everyone for another part of my Oblivion playthrough. Today we're going to be continuing the entry-level Mage Guild quest. We're in Skingrad, which is sort of in the... I'm not quite sure what you would call it. It's a little more rugged. It reminds me a lot of the sort of Central America terrain. Kind of arid, a mixture of grasslands and sort of prairie.
Fantastic. Thanks for asking.
Okay, this is the head of the Skingrad Mages Guild. The Skingrad Mages Guild is based all around the School of Destruction, which is the one school of magic that my character is not using, because I used it heavily the last time.
If it was
I hope this is important.
you can be sure she had some...
I trust you have a good reason for interrupting me.
I'm looking for a recommendation.
I'm afraid I haven't given it much thought. I'm rather busy, you understand. My research occupies nearly all of my time. Now that I think about it, I do have a small problem concerning Earthor. He's one of the guild mages here. Think you can do something about it?
Earthor, that sounds elvish. Yes, I think I can do something about it. What's the problem?
Excellent. I just don't have the time to search for him again, but I do need to consult him about some notes he borrowed. You might want to ask around and see if anyone can be of some help. Let me know when he's back, and you'll have your recommendation.
Can you give me any more information about Earthor?
He's an interesting fellow. Salinis Vacinus can tell you more about him if you wish to know. Salinis should be around here somewhere. Talk to him if you'd like to know more about Earthor.
Okay. Well...
May I interest you in some of my
all
fine
the
wares?
spells that they sell at this branch of the Mages Guild are destruction spells. Supreme Magicka mod made the destruction spells a lot more fun. As I mentioned in the last video, fire magic knocks enemies down a small percentage of the time. Lightning magic, I think, paralyzes them. I think frost magic can also paralyze them, though the visual effect is different. I think in ice magic, they become sort of partially encased in ice. And lightning magic, you see little streamers of lightning. The drain health magic can actually, if you do enough, like a certain percentage of their health is drained, you can instantly kill them. So that's a nice way to clear up mobs of weaker enemies later in the game. Yeah, and then you've got like drain stats and damage magicka, so some nice stuff there. But we will not be doing that this time.
Have Earthor see me when
Good
he
day.
gets back, Associate.
Greetings, guildmate.
Have you heard any word about the...
Well met.
Okay, I'm looking for Earthor.
I haven't seen him in quite some time, but then, this isn't the first time he's been away, so I wasn't really that concerned.
That doesn't really help us. Ask her about Skingrad.
It's a town like any other. Well, go outside and there's the mountains and wines and sheep. Here in town, though, nothing special.
Doesn't seem to really like living in Skingrad.
I hear you got quite a task from Adriana.
Can you tell me anything about Earthor?
A nice enough guy, I suppose, but there was that awful scamp incident last year. That's when Adriana told him he needed to practice somewhere else. Somewhere else. Meaning somewhere far away. So he settled down in Bleak Flats Cave, did all his work there, and came back to town twice a week to check in. Hasn't been around lately, though.
Bleak Flats Cave. I like a little moment to once again marvel at how well the Oblivion character overhaul did their work. I mean, the lines on this guy's face, the facial hair, all very well textured. I remember in the vanilla Oblivion that the option to add facial hair just colored the jawline a little darker, and the darker you tried to make it, the more it looked like he had some sort of horrible bruise. It was nasty. Can you tell me where Bleak Flats Cave is located?
Oh dear. I just can't seem to remember where that is. What a shame.
I think he wants to be bribed.
Certainly.
But we are not going to do that. Instead, we're going to show our mage side and charm him. When I was doing the Braville Mages Guild quest, I picked up this spell.
I'm here to help if you need me. Well met. I hope I can help. Oh dear. I just can't seem to...
No, maybe he doesn't need to be bribed.
Please, go on.
We can try a different spell on him as well. And see if we just need to get it at like 100. Probably not. Might not actually have another charm spell. I use a mod. I think it's improved hotkeys. Unless you delete spells, you can repurchase them. But it helps keep my mage, my spell section cleaned up. I could use my Imperial power, but I think at 90 he probably would have told us if he could. We'll ask her.
I hope this is... You're here about that recommend...
She doesn't seem to know anything
Have
about
Earthor see
Bleak
me when he
Flats
gets
Cave.
back, Associate.
So we'll find the last member of this guild and ask him. I thought he was up here. He must be in their basement. Or outside.
Not only does Shamir make a good wine at the Tamika Vineyards,
Looks like he's outside.
he's really good with his bow, too. I heard he'll train you. For a fee.
Maybe she knows where Bleak Flats Cave
A
is.
pleasure to speak with you.
Oh, I think she does. Can you tell me where Bleak Flats Cave is located?
It's just northwest of Skingrad. Here, see it on the map? That's where Earthor wound up after Adrian told him he couldn't practice in the guild hall anymore. She probably doesn't even remember that. You might want to make sure she remembers, especially the part about it being her idea.
I love how the Argonians in Oblivion
Good luck
are
finding
so
Earthor.
helpful, but they also tend to
I hope this is important,
chafe
Associate.
under authority. Man, my character's got sort of a bizarre, kind of creepy, overly friendly smile there.
You're here about that recommendation, I presume. I'll need to speak with Earthor before I write it.
Well, according to your guild members, you sent him off to Bleak Flats Cave.
Oh, I do remember telling him to go there. Well, we'll just have to do something about that, won't we? By we, I mean you, of course. I have something that may help. It's a basic fireball spell, in case you need to defend yourself. I'll be here when you get back. Good luck.
Yeah, if you're playing a mage, this is a good place to go early on. The fireball spell tends to cost very little magic at the cast and has a nice area effect. But we won't be using it this time. I wanted to create a character that relied more on restoration and destruction. So we'll head on out there. We'll probably also, while we're in town, when we return from this quest, do another famous Wood Elf quest. Glarethor, I think is his name. He's a bit different than Zornier. You'll see if you don't already know. So let's save before we head out, because I seem to recall there are a lot of mountain lions and black bears in this area, and they're fast and they do a lot of damage. Actually, I should probably check my hotkeys. Got open lock, resist damage, shield and healing, light, and easing weight. I don't think we're fighting any spellcasters, so we don't need our mage fire. We got that nice elven greatsword that we got off one of the raiders in the last Mage Guild quest. This is a sweet sword. Hi! As you can see. We might actually want to equip our bow and some arrows and practice our marksmanship. our skills. Our blade is only 45, and our marksmanship is 40. Yeah, horrible at gauging how much the arrow is going to fall. I'm actually probably better in real life shooting a bow than I am in this video game. I have fired a bow before, and, well, I'm certainly no bullseye marksman. You can usually get pretty close to the target. Looks like there's a fight going on over there. Something big. It's like some sort of astronaut. It's probably hostile. So this is a different type of stone. It's not after one of the burst signs. I seem to recall it gives you a lot of health. Oh, I thought it was going to be hostile. Okay, it definitely seems to be fire reliant. And I think I have some spells to protect me from that. Resistance. Fire shield. I wish you could sort the spells by type. There's probably a mod for that. Oh, there it is. I should be resisting somewhere around 30%. It's actually pretty fast. I wonder if something that seems to be fire-based will take more damage from a frost weapon or less. Why am I encumbered? Oh, you know what? I think I forgot to sell off all the stuff that I picked up in the Mages Guild. Probably want to do that before going off and exploring. A mud golem. The flax seeds give you magicka. Let's see. The stores are actually probably closed, so we'll just keep going. I seem to recall there wasn't a lot of treasure in this particular quest. Yeah, my routine when going to a particular Mages Guild is usually to... Well, let's try the Night Eye. Is usually to loot them of all their alchemical equipment and books that were worth more than 10 gold and sell them off. It's a great way of getting enough money to afford all the spells. Zombies, I think, are weak to fire in this game and resistant to cold, so I'll probably use my bow more than my two-handed sword if I can help it. They also have a powerful charge attack that they start with, a deranged zombie. Aspect of Mardigan's monster mod that makes injured enemies stumble. It certainly does prove useful from time to time. Probably occurs a little more often than is realistic. Oh, it's dark in here. another one of them up. There it is. Looks like a secret door, probably the way to get back to the entrance at the end of this cave. Cemetery in here. It looks almost so far like Erythor with dabbling in necromancy, which is currently forbidden by the Mages Guild. I prefer the light spell to the night eye, in that it still lets you see the different colors and environment, I guess, of a particular cave or whatever you're in. The night eye just makes it all static blue. It's kind of like in Dishonored. I was playing that one recently. You're sort of tempted to always use the night vision there, but if you do, you're experiencing the environment in a very one-dimensional way, visually. You don't get to see the different colors and art that they have put into the game. I kind of like that about the Night Eye in Morrowind, was that it simply brightened it up. So if you had a good enough Night Eye, it looked not quite like day, but almost like day. It's kind of hard to describe. Let's see. A couple different directions we can go. I think actually that's where I came from. There's only one direction to go. The disadvantage of using the light spell is that I get spotted almost immediately. Like a pin cushion. More than 9 arrows to take him down. We've reached our destination. Apparently he's been doing some laundry. Some of the books in the Elder Scrolls games that you can find are really good reads. He won't mind if we take a look at his chest contents. Actually, I have a open hardlock spell now, so I should probably switch the stone sign that I'm using to something more useful now that I don't need it. This is almost certainly something that was added by either the SNES Better Dungeons or the other Better Dungeons mod that I have installed. I forget the name. Not sure if it actually does anything. I get the feeling like the mod description said that there were some like hidden treasures puzzles in a lot of the dungeons.
Help! Help! You've got to do something!
Let's talk to you.
They're all gone? I can leave the cave? Oh, thank you. I'm ever so grateful. You're heading back to Skingrad, aren't you? Could I maybe come with you? It'd be safer, I think. So, what do you say?
Sure, follow me.
Oh, thank you. You're just too kind.
He doesn't really tell us what
I
he's up to.
can't wait to be back in Skingrad.
I can see
safe
that
and sound.
he something to do with the zombies. The dead scamp is floating in the air here. Interesting. The reskins for the scams are pretty cool, though. I've always found the Daedra to be one of the cooler looking enemies. Cooler, I mean freaky. Okay, let's see
I
if we
hope
can
we'll get to
anything more out of
Skingrad
him.
soon. I've had enough of the wilderness for now. The services provided at the Arcane University are just priceless. You can create your own enchantments there.
It's great, but I was really hoping for a little more information about how those
I
zombies got
can't
here.
wait to be back in Skingrad, safe and sound.
You could actually take this guy and keep him as a follower for a while if you wanted. I think he's uses some fire magic. He's probably not very skilled though. Probably be taken down a lot. He just looks kind of fragile. But because he is an essential character to the quest, he wouldn't be permanently killed. I haven't actually tried out any of the follower mods yet. I find that the AI in this game can be a bit buggy sometimes. Not as bad as it was in Morrowind, but still a little bit. So I hear some combat. It's not. Well, we'll just walk there. Not that far. Oh. Yikes. Did that guy summon us?
Am I supposed to be impressed?
Yeah, I think he did summon the demon. Nice. Well, it goes to show that I didn't know what I was talking about. Seems like he can handle himself in a fight. He's probably a high-level conjurer. He has to be at least journeyman level. One of the neat new things about the Supreme Magicka mod is that it makes that based off of your conjuration skill level, you can summon more than one summoning, so that you can have your own little pack in the end. It also adds an option in its ini file to make it so that you can do, I think they're called continuous or sustained summonings, in which you summon something, it takes down your magicka max by the amount of the summoning, and the summoning stays into effect until you either dispel it or it's killed. But the more creatures you have, the smaller your max magic is going to be. And that creates a neat possibility for a character build where you're like just a conjurer. Maybe you're a melee fighter or a ranged fighter. The only magicka you use is summoning related.
It's you. Hi.
I
Hello.
I keep on hearing whenever I come into town the sound of a guardsman getting injured. I
Well
wonder if
met.
it's like a guardsman's place in the walls is falling. I think it is.
Good day.
He doesn't have another word to say to me now that I've got him here safely. Ungrateful.
I hope you found... You're here about that recommendation, I presume. I'll need to speak with Earthor before I write it.
I guess I have to
Have
wait for him to
Earthor
come
see
up
me
and
when
say
he gets
something.
back, Associate.
Adrian, I'm back. I was rescued.
So it would seem. You're unharmed, I presume?
Well, my pride is a little wounded.
Oh, spare me. You're lucky I bothered to send someone after you at all. In the future, would you please be more careful?
Well, yes. I'll just pack up my supplies and be on my way then. Thank you for sending someone to help me.
I
Hello,
hope this is
Guildmate.
important. Hello! It's my pleasure. Please continue.
Can I get that recommendation now?
I've spoken with Earthor, who seems to be all right. Good work. I'll see to it that your recommendation is sent in as soon as I have a free moment. As I've said, I'm rather busy. I'll get to it eventually, though, I assure you.
I'm not sure I like
What is it, Associate?
Adriana. She seems like a bit of a jerk. Okay, I think that's where we'll leave off for this episode. I'll wait till morning and then I'll sell all the stuff that has me overburdened. And then we'll do a local quest that involves a certain paranoid wood elf. I hope you will join me for that.